found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out. Lightning in a bottle. I think I just found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out.
Yo, how you living? How you feeling? How you doing? First choice fantasy. We're back today. We're going to go over some quarterback and running back rankings. Today is, 2 weeks away from the draft?
A perfect time to start evaluating prospects.
Exactly.
All right, good throw there, unless that was a fumble. Can't really tell.
Where are you getting these little balls
Where
from?
these objects coming from?
I'm on the tennis team part-time.
Okay.
And playing tennis. It's interesting. Do gingers play tennis?
Tennis is a fun sport.
No.
Ooh,
Tennis is a fun sport, but I feel like it'd be fun to watch you play tennis, Brandon. I feel like you'd have some funny mannerisms. Especially with that little hoppy leprechaun gait of yours. It'd be great trying to watch you stretch out to get one. I'd be so distracted the ball would fly over and I'd miss it. Shit, Brandon won again.
Point.
I can't see the ball. All right. Speaking of balls, let's talk about some quarterbacks.
All right. Quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks.
We're just diving right into
this.
this.
We're going to do
That's fair.
Ready for it? We're going to do we had our rankings done and we'll go over them. What the fuck? Well, that was fucking whoa. Excuse me.
All right, I'll take we're going to go over the quarterbacks. We did top 5, and we're going to probably mention a few guys who also exist that people are talking about. Like the guy that reminds everyone of Dak Prescott, who will probably get picked in the second round because of it. Is it deserving? I don't fucking know. I can't evaluate quarterbacks.
Chris Sims can.
So now we're going to evaluate quarterbacks. It's our consensus ranking, Ed.
Consensus, composite consensus.
It's our first choice consensus rankings.
The first choice of the first choice consensus rankings is
drum roll. Shit. There's no fucking drum roll.
Back on mic is not doing anything. Anyway, first is Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Boom.
What?
Trevor Lawrence. Now we're going to throw you a big curveball here at number 2. Justin Fields. Fuck you, Zach Wilson. I guess these kind of depend on where numbers 2 and 3 end up, but it seems like Wilson is a lock to the Jets, which already puts him a step below everyone else in my eyes. I almost put Mac Jones over him because I don't know where Mac Jones is going to go yet. If you're the Jets, also not the biggest Zach Wilson believer out there, but the Jets. That's even worse.
I agree. I'm in lockstep with you. I have him at quarterback 4. For fantasy purposes, that is. And Brandon, you don't have Wilson.
Brandon had, just to be clear here, our consensus was Lawrence, Fields, Trey Lance at 3, Wilson 4, Mac Jones 5, and then throw all your Kellen Monds and your David Sills and your Jamie Newmans down there at the bottom of the list. Nobody gives a fuck.
From what I'm gathering, Trey Lance is it's kind of he's got some unknown to him, not necessarily a good kind.
He played a season.
Yeah. So
no threat though, man. For fantasy purposes, I'm all in. I hope he goes somewhere he doesn't have to sit for 3 seasons. Maybe Green Bay will draft him.
Don't wish that upon him.
He'll beat out Rodgers. No.
Yeah, let's not do that after I just got Rodgers, please.
They're gonna trade him before the season starts. It's fine. He's not lasting.
All right. There's not much to talk about the quarterbacks, honestly. Everybody's rankings are practically the same with a few swift flops here. But
Swift flops.
Yeah. I don't think any of this relies on landing spot necessarily.
I think some of it does, because if Fields and Lance go somewhere where they're not starting, then Wilson or Jones kind of go up to 2 by default. Unless we're talking
Dynasty.
Well, I mean, Dynasty, sure, that's different. But I mean, we're talking redraft. If one of those, if Lance goes to Atlanta, it's not good for his fantasy stock next year, unless we expect Matt Ryan to get hurt or lose his starting spot. But
which is possible.
Let's theorize something real quick.
Yeah.
Pick 3. whoever the 49ers pick with
Fields,
the quarterback,
please.
do you think they're going to have them sit behind Jimmy G, or do you think they're going to ship him out?
They're trying to win. I don't think Jimmy G gets some wins.
I feel like if they don't trade Jimmy before training camp, it's going to be one of those deals where like they play Garoppolo until either he gets hurt or until like week 7 comes around and he plays like shit. And then they put hopefully Fields in the game because I hope they go with Fields. I hope they go Fields or Lance. If they go Mac Jones,
they go
I'm
with Fields as well.
just going to be very upset. I also if Fields doesn't go there, I low-key want him to go at 7 or no. What is the Broncos? 9, right?
9.
Pick 9. I want him to go
okay.
9. Denver.
That would be my favorite landing spot, actually.
Let's go Denver.
I have a very big feeling that if Fields doesn't go 3, New England's going to trade up and possibly snag him with.
I could see that.
That's my prediction.
Maybe having Cam Newton was just an experiment to get used to having a rushing
Newton
quarterback.
will be the Garoppolo thing where, he'll sit behind Newton for like half a season.
Well, I see Cam Newton. He's been benched before. He gets hurt
I meant
often,
what I was.
So, like,
I
think he would have more potential of that happening than Jimmy G. I feel like Jimmy G would have to be released or traded.
You don't think they'd bench Garoppolo? It's not act
they
like
haven't.
I think
They haven't. And
who's
have
their
they?
backup? Nick Mullins? They've only
They
like he's
kind of
only
like
been
him. They have some confidence in that guy.
They've only taken Garoppolo out when he got hurt. Also, like, come on, if you trade a bunch of picks to go up to 3, that's clearly signaling that you don't think Garoppolo's the guy. It's not like benching him is going to be like, oh, that's our admission. You can't get it done.
I agree. I'm just playing devil's advocate because there's so many analysts saying, like, they got permission. They're going to keep Jimmy G and whatnot. I don't think it's a smart decision. I would trade him, keep Mullins as the backup,
he's gone.
or just let him go.
Jimmy G's gone eventually because
the
goal is to have the rookie play. And the benefit of having a rookie is that it's cheap as shit for the first 5 seasons. So, like, that benefit kind of goes by the wayside if you're also paying Jimmy Garoppolo $20-some million a season. So, no, like, he's gone. It's a matter of time. And
I also think that what's it called? If they take Fields, I would probably make an actual bet and say that Garoppolo doesn't play a single game because I feel like it might be this might be a very small brain thing to say, but I feel like Justin Fields is
I think Fields can play. So
yeah, for sure, and it's a changing of plays, I guess, in a sense, just because their skill sets are different. You know what I mean? If it's Mac Jones that goes there, Jimmy G is probably going to play a few games. I can see that because that's a pretty clear, handoff type thing. But it's 2 different quarterbacks you're playing with.
I just feel like Fields is going to be better than Garoppolo in so many different ways. I feel like he's a better arm. I don't care about because I think Fields does have some decision-making concerns, but come on, college quarterback, who doesn't? But, like, you telling me Garoppolo doesn't? Come on. Garoppolo is about the dude is not running. And, like, I don't think they want to use Fields as a rusher, but, like, the added benefit, the threat added to those bootlegs is a hell of a lot higher with Fields running, knowing that he has the wheels to take off for 40.
That run game would be fucking chef's kiss, too. Like, it's already chef's kiss. But
that's why I just cannot – I cannot see a scenario in which they pass on Lance and Fields for Mac Jones. Mac Jones is an average athlete – a below average athlete in quarterback position with an average arm. He's like his ceiling is Baker Mayfield.
Supposedly he's a genius though, but I don't know about that.
Please explain to me how Mac Jones even rose this high.
Part of it does. Yeah, because he had a phenomenal season last year, but I feel like top 10 is a little hot. I'm telling you, like I feel like he tops out as a more accurate Baker Mayfield, and that's a good play, like a Kirk Cousins. That's a good player, but is that a guy you move heaven and earth for?
Yeah.
Not if you're a team that isn't the Vikings.
But Shanahan likes Kirk Cousins a good bit, but
he can trade Garoppolo for Cousins. We can exchange one disappointment for another, and then both of them can miss the playoffs again.
Love it. Would love it.
It's all my quarterback analysis. I hope Trey Lance goes somewhere where he gets to play because I don't know if he's going to be any good, but I'm damn sure excited to find out. Although it might just be that North Dakota State quarterback program because holy shit, is that make guys put up some numbers. I don't know who they got running shit down there, but like he should be promoted
For sure.
to somewhere that isn't North Dakota State. Yeah, he's comfy down there.
Alrighty, let's get in the running backs, I guess. Our composite or consensus ranking, I'll go over that real quick. Najee, Travis, Javonte, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6 is Gainwell, Michael Carter, Trey Sermon. And then it's Ramondre Stevenson, Elijah Mitchell, Kylan Hill, and Chuba Hubbard. Top 2, we have one discrepancy, I guess you could say. Alex, you just want to be different.
I don't want to be different. ETN is 1. I'm going with ETN. Calling my shot. He reminds me of like a poor man's Alvin Kamara.
That's Kylan Hill to me, which is big praise, but yeah.
I mean, hey, you calling your shot. I think I like Harris. Don't get me wrong. I definitely like Harris, and like depending on landing spot, I like might prefer Harris to ETN. I just feel like ETN has that he's a lot more explosive, and I think he has some like between the tackles stuff to work on. But as pretty sure anyone and their mother has noted already, but like that's fine. I'm okay with that. I feel that they're both dual threat guys. They're both guys who I feel like can very shortly shoulder a large amount of the load in the NFL. But I like ETN's like home run hitting ability. It's exciting to me.
I think I think they're both in a tier obviously by themselves, and I think they're interchangeable honestly. But it's all after them two. It's definitely landing spot dependent. Like the 7th running back could jump up to number 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Miami would be my number 1 like ideal landing spot for anybody, and So do you guys have any other landing spots you would imagine that would be great? Like say
Atlanta would be one off the top of my head.
Honestly,
I mean, I know they got Mike Davis, but like he's not going to carry the load.
Locations. I'm just going to say that anyone with a freaking opening, because I don't think anyone would have penciled like James Robinson and Jacksonville in as the world ending. But sometimes it's just a matter of who like just randomly gets all of those touches. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
it's a lazy approach, but I'm going to wait and see.
Rookie draft rankings, though, wise, that's going to just be extremely volatile, I think. Because say, like, we have Chuba Hubbard at 10, right? What if he goes to the 49ers? He's jumping up to at least 5 on mine. I know he's not even that great, but in San Francisco, that's just fucking, like we said, chef's kiss. If he gets – but I would bank on him playing. Like, I'm willing to take that risk because so many people, like I said, after the top 2, to me, it's really just wishy-washy. I mean, I think Gainwell's in his own tier talent-wise, but after that, I think it's wishy-washy from like a talent standpoint at 42.
I just want to point out, I have Carter at 3. Big Carter believer. He's giving me – I don't remember if you were here for this, Brandon, but I told Ed earlier. He's been giving me extreme Devontae Freeman vibes. And then I went on his player profile page, and their comp for him is Devontae Freeman. So, like, clearly this is just fate. And, like, he's going to be an RB1 very shortly. Yeah. I think Freeman was the RB1 in his, like, 3rd or 4th season. So you can bet on Carter doing that. And you can thank me when it happens.
Devontae Freeman reminds me of Melvin Gordon a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know how that reference comes to mind, but it just does.
Because they both I don't know,
maybe size-wise.
They might be
Freeman's, I feel like, is a good bit smaller.
Are they not the same size?
No.
Isn't Gordon like 6'1"?
Maybe it is the dreadlocks.
Gordon's like 6'1", Freeman's like 5'8".
The dreadlocks. Yeah. Freeman's short as shit.
I think they have a visor, too. I don't know.
I like both Oklahoma dudes, and, like, they both kind of remind me of Javonte, where it's like, I feel like Sermon might be the best pass catcher of all of them, but it's not like any of them have really had high volume on it. But, like, they're just, like, decent running backs. This class, obviously, this is what happens when you have the class that you had last year, but this class just isn't as good. And it's really just going to be a matter of who goes where. You know, if either of those 3 ends up on, like, a team with a good offensive line and gets carries, they could, like, be an RB2. But if they end up somewhere where they're not going to get touches, they're just fucked. So that's what this is. They're hope for the best.
Yeah.
I mean, Carter, Williams, Servin, Stevenson, and Gainwell to me were 3 through 7 for me. And like I moved them around. Like Gainwell started at 4 and ended up at 7. I had Javante at like 7 and ended up leaving him at 4. I don't know, man. These middle ones are just pick them wherever they go. Honestly, same with the bottom guys.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, definitely landing spot dependent. This is very rough, obviously, but yeah, I think I seen a tweet. I was just trying to look for it. I couldn't find it. I don't know if you know JJ Zacharyson. Zacharyson. I don't know how to say his fucking name. He does a podcast. Like he created the whole late round QB thing years back, but he put a tweet out. Obviously, it's very small thing, but it was interesting to me. Ramondre Stevenson was one of like 6 running backs who finished their final year, like the final year in college, with 50+ receiving yards per game in their final season or something like that. It was something absurd.
Did I miss that? Shit. Maybe
Yeah,
he's the
shocked
best
the shit out
receiving
of me.
back of all of them.
That's the thing. Like that's what shocked the fuck out of me. Like I was like, "There's no way that happens." And then I seen he had like 400, maybe 300. I don't know how many fucking yards he had, but it was strange to me because I see people listing him as fullback too, which I mean, obviously size wise makes fucking sense, but it's just the fact that he could actually receive his final year. I don't know.
Both of the Oklahoma guys I thought showed like the ability to. It's just I don't know if they were like. Maybe Stevenson did more than I thought. Shit, but
he only played 6 games, so I guess that does make sense. 211 yards in 6 games.
Yeah, but they show the ability to. Maybe like they get more of an opening in the NFL. But the problem is, for you to get like rushing and receiving attempts implies that you're like the guy, and I wouldn't count on that.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, if any of them walk into a spot where like they are like conceivably the guy, they to me they immediately jump up to number 3. Like once you get past the top 2, it's basically pick them at that point. And like inevitably one of these guys is going to be a full-blown fucking superstar, but I'll be damned if I can tell you who it is. My money's on Carter, but like I'm not very confident in that money.
I'm between Hill
Maybe
and
Stevenson.
Hill and Kenny.
Yeah, Hill didn't even make my top 10, and I'm not as big on Gainwell as others, but yeah, that's basically just this draft.
Oh, Brandon, you got any comments, questions, concerns, or Brandon statements?
Brandon statements.
No Brandon statements as of right now. I've been agreeing with everything you said. Running backs after top 3 are kind of interchangeable. Top 2, top 3.
Draft your receivers this year, kids. If you're in a dynasty league.
Oh yeah. Big time.
Receivers it is.
Or just trade for next year's draft picks.
Could do that.
Brandon, you grind my gears, bro. I swear. Alex, you probably don't know, obviously, but I've been trying to trade for 2 things on Brandon's roster, and I've been trying.
LaVisca Chenault, but I don't.
I actually told him, yeah.
I was just saying, I don't like a first-round pick next year. You're basically just hoping turns into LaVisca Chenault. So I don't.
No,
it's an unnecessary risk on Brandon's part.
No.
Oh, the trade that I sent Brandon. No, I wasn't talking about. No, I want LaVisca Chenault, but I also want the first-round pick next year because it's like the top 5 players are like I think top 3 are going to be superstars, but top 5 are.
I bet you could say that about this draft, and you bailed on this one hard.
I can't say that about this draft. I like Chase, Harris, Etienne, Bateman kinda. Pitts is a shot. It's fuck. He's a good shot, but he's still a shot to me nonetheless.
Fools. I am very excited to take some Kyle Pitts stock.
Also, if you rank these running backs to last year's classes, like if Harris was in last year's class, he was like a running back 5, running back 6.
Yeah, he would have been like. I feel like. If you took last year's class, like Etienne and Harris make the top 10, but I don't know if any of the other 8. I mean, you've got CEH, Taylor, Swift, Dobbins,
Akers. Robinson, technically now, but
I don't think Robinson would be included beforehand. But yeah, I mean afterwards. But there's another Gibson. I feel like we would have had Gibson over those guys.
That's 6 right there.
Am I missing anyone else?
Not that I can
Maybe-
think of, no.
Maybe
Zach
like-
Moss.
Potentially, honestly, I might have justified Moss over Javonte Williams.
Oh, same. Yeah, same.
So, like, you're looking at, I might have put Carter on there. I don't know. There might be another name that I'm forgetting. Someone that flamed out last year who I'm just conveniently forgetting.
Everybody likes doing this on Twitter that I see, and just in life in general. You know, you like to be the first person to these things. So I'm going to say it right now, before the next year's class even happens. But Brees Hall is going to be a top 5 running back in the NFL once he comes in the NFL.
Ed,
not
you said
I'll
it
be
here.
ready with my 3 first-round picks.
Brandon and I are the only ones that heard
Fuck
you
you,
say it.
Brandon.
But,
Fuck you.
Brandon, you're not going to get shit, all right? It's not going to break for you. It never
I got
does.
6 total first-round picks next 2 years.
Good for you.
And
Let's see
Barkley
it actually
and
translate.
Chubb and
When Alex
Hill
actually has competition,
and
he gets
Tua.
defensive.
Tua Tagovailoa.
I don't count.
I'm not
Brandon's
competition at this point, but I'd
Brandon
say
might be a threat down
possibly
the future.
next
but
year. I'm
I got
building.
4
I'm
firsts in
building.
this draft alone. Kiss my ass.
I have plans for
See, I
my
got more
current
firsts
roster.
over the next 3 years than you do. And then look at our teams.
Well,
Who are you talking shit
you
to?
do your best.
I will. I'll try. And
and
maybe
I'll do
like
mine.
maybe Rager will flame out. Chenault will be a stud, and we can revisit this next year, and I can send you something else. Or maybe my hypothesis is correct, and Rager's going to have
It could be.
much better sophomore season. But getting off track
I was
here,
surprised you
think
were
that's it.
willing for that trade.
Yeah, we're
I
off
was.
topic for
We
sure.
could
You
talk
were
about that in a
offering
minute.
Mooney, and I said the only other player on your team that I could see that, I don't know, possibly could make some type of value switch would be Chenault. So, it's
Goodbye.
debating.
Chenault, go check out our latest video, LaVisca Chenault.
It is.
But you should also like, comment, share, and subscribe. And
Do it all. Do it now. And do
You
it
don't really
right.
have to do any of that shit. If you
First
watch,
choice
that's good enough.
fantasy. Signing off.
Deuces.
Later.